Just imagine your kitchen crockery is radioactive. Some of your cups and bowls, some of your bottles and plates are actually made of nuclear fuel, like this. Beautiful, isn't it? Exactly that was the case in Victorian era, when the uranium was added to glass vessels for its beautiful green glow. The fascinating history of uranium and the uranium glass. Year 1789, the beginning of French Revolution. However, the same year is marked by a very important scientific discovery, the discovery of heaviest naturally occurring element, uranium, by some guy called Martin Klaproth. And for more than a century after its discovery, uranium was considered just as an ordinary element. Its main use was in the glass industry for manufacturing of this all popular fluorescent green glasses. However, this scenario suddenly changed after the discovery of X-rays in 1895 by the first Nobel laureate German physicist William Conrad Röntgen. The discovery of X-rays was so fascinating that by the very next year, this French gentleman Henri Becquerel tried to get the X-rays from uranium mineral. And there is whole interesting story how Becquerel discovered that the uranium rays were being emitted from the uranium mineral without any external source of energy, without any excitation by sunlight. And this was miracle at that time, because atomic nucleus had not been discovered yet, and hence the uranium rays were considered to be a miracle because energy was coming out of nothing. Yes, the radioactivity of uranium had been discovered. The further investigation on uranium rays was done by Marie Curie and her husband Pierre Curie. And we can understand the huge quantum of uranium glass production at that time from the fact that the very waste product of this uranium glass industry, its waste product pitch blend, was used by Marie Curie and Pierre Curie for the discovery of polonium and radium. Further, in 1930s, the discovery of neutron by James Chadwick, the discovery of nuclear fission and chain reaction, the use of uranium-235 in atomic bombs like Little Boy dropped on Hiroshima, and the Chicago Pile 1 nuclear reactor built by Enrico Fermi. Due to all these things, there was put a complete ban on use of uranium in the glass industry. Nowadays, uranium glass is found in antique collections like this beautiful vase and this ink pot and these multiple pieces from some old chandelier and this beautiful uranium glass flower, the uranium paperweight and this clock holder, the razor sharpener and several other things. Here is some uranium glass crockery and some other articles like containers, and there is a beautiful uranium glass vase and the night lamp made up of custard glass, some flower pots. There is also an uranium glass plate and a bowl, and here are uranium beads for use in necklace. This characteristic green glow of uranium glass is of course due to electron transition. The uranium electron absorbs ultraviolet photon and gets excited to higher energy level, and while falling back it emits green photon, hence this eye-catching green glow. The uranium glass is also known as depression glass because of its mass production during the Great Depression era between 1929 and 1939. There are some peculiar varieties of uranium glass. The popular one is Vaseline glass, which looks yellowish green, as we can see on the right side of the screen. This Vaseline glass was named after the popular Vaseline petroleum jelly during 1930s. There are some other varieties like custard glass and Burmese glass, and all these glasses glow green under the ultraviolet light. Let's try to detect the radioactivity of uranium glass with help of some Geiger counters. The amount of radioactivity registered on the Geiger counter depends upon uranium concentration in the glass. The concentration varies from 2% to as high as 25%, as we can see in this vase. Substantial amount of radioactivity from this uranium vase can be detected with help of Geiger counters. Quite interesting. Finally, let us confirm the presence of uranium with this radia code 103. Let us get the radia code spectrum, and yes, the radia code spectrum on the screen. The spectrum will tell us precisely about the radioactive isotope present in the glass. So let's get the spectrum, and yeah, we are getting the 186 kilo electron volt line, the characteristic spectrum of uranium, and hence radia code confirms the presence of uranium. So guys, the last question that comes to my mind: can we make the uranium glass for ourselves? Of course we can, and we will. Stay tuned for the next part of this video. Let us add some oxide of uranium to the molten glass, or we can melt them together in a furnace. So, thank you guys. Thanks for watching, and please do not forget to like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.